Hey guys, Enchanting Gaming here. Now there's this odd thing going on in Pokemon right now with these old sets being sold off to chase these new sets, which is kind of confusing to me at this point because these old sets that have either stagnated or gone down in price, to me it's like what's the point of getting out of it at this juncture? To chase something that has ascended more gargantuanly in price, that's modern, like Ascended Heroes, which I dub Ascended Prices. It makes absolutely no sense. You have, for example, prismatic ETBs that have gone down 25% and are actually cheaper than Ascended Heroes ETBs right now. And people are chasing after that, something that has years of reprints upcoming compared to something that is near the end of its cycle on reprints or even older product they're offloading that is not reprinted anymore. It just doesn't make sense to me. It's it's just weird because at this point, selling out now, you also have to consider there's potential tax issues where you have your income tax from the sale, and then when you want to buy back in, you have potential sales tax you pay. And how much lower are you guys thinking Prismatic's actually going to go? Like, you aren't the front runner in the move at this juncture. The people on YouTube who were telling you about it before were the first movers. They're the ones that were the smart ones to offload at the $200 highs for Prismatic. And right now, they're wanting you to sell out to keep lowering the price so they can hop back in at a better price. But it just there's such minimal gains right now for you to do with in doing so with that kind of move. It's like, why bother? Like, this old product is only going to continue to go up. This new product, like, there's not a ton of upwards room left in it, in my belief. It could keep going up here for sure, but once a reprint hits, every time you get a reprint, the stuff goes down. When have you ever seen a reprint occur and stuff has continued to just skyrocket? Never had any kind of dip. Ascended Heroes will be getting many reprints. It just is so confusing to me with people as to why they keep following this path. Now, if you have debt you're trying to get out of, like, okay, but if you're trying to do these short-term flips constantly, you gotta be careful. You have to be thinking ahead of the curve, looking at moves and plays that others are not, because once people are talking about it and prices have gone up, you're the one late to the party. So with that being said, I want to give a couple gems that are kind of upcoming in my mind to those of you that are still watching. And one being, crypto. I think we are getting near to the lows. I don't think we're quite there yet, but at some juncture, I think this year we'll be hitting that. And we all know, for the most part, crypto, is going to have another cycle coming up here that'll be decent. And the second gem in the rough, something that's been hated on. And remember, things that people hate are not necessarily a bad thing. For example, crypto was hated back in 2017, 18, and so. But you look to today, and all those haters, for the most part, know crypto is going to be the future of finance. It's just baked in the cake at this point. If someone's a naysayer still, it's just like, I don't know what you're looking at. Look at the government. They're passing all these crypto bills and things. It's happening. Now, that second gem in the rough is Lorcana, Disney Lorcana. It's got so much upside, guys, to it. Now, I don't want to go into like investing so much with it here because it's my belief we do need a stronger player base built and for the hardcore collectors to get in here first and accumulate what they want, and then later on having more investors show up. And there are investors right now. There are actually a bit from Pokemon, more so on the down low, accumulating. But it's important to get a solid foundation going first before having all these huge run ups, which actually has been occurring in Lorcana since March. And in my opinion, does need a bit of a cool off, although it's hard to see that occurring with all the positives coming up. And for those of you that don't know anything about Lorcana or very little, the year of Pixar is almost amongst us. In 2 weeks, we are getting the Wilds Unknown set released, which includes a huge hitter in Toy Story, The Incredibles, and Brave. 2 short months after that, we get Attack of the Vine released, which is another heavy hitter with Monsters Inc. in it, and Up and Turning Red. After that, we have the holidays set in Coco coming out. And then in winter, we have Onwards getting released. So there's a lot of positives in the upcoming IPs. They're going to be big, in my opinion, especially these next 3 sets. Onwards, maybe not quite as much. I don't think that's as popular, but we'll see what else they pair with it. Now, there's this huge upside in terms of Lorcana is not largely known. A lot of people haven't dabbled in it yet. So when you think of how many people are over in Pokemon right now and the very minute amount in Lorcana, there is this huge room to grow. The popularity can just skyrocket like crazy, and it has since they have introduced Iconics in the Fabled set. It took a few months to get going, but that's, the bread and butter of Lorcana, if you will. And they've actually, too, upped their Enchanted game, in my opinion, with the artwork. It's continuously gotten better. Now, the pull rates definitely do need to get better, but when you think about it, with how the current pull rates are with these older sets, the pop numbers are so, so low. Go compare Lorcana pop to Pokemon pop, and it's just ridiculous. The future potential for these cards in terms of price is just astronomical in comparison to Pokemon. So you're talking about Lorcana cards having pops of a few thousand, maybe let's say 5K. And Pokemon, you're talking tens of thousands, like 80,000, something like that, potentially. It's all card dependent, of course, but if you're wanting to collect Lorcana, the clock's ticking. Prices have already gone up. It's going to be hard for you to get the things you want, promo wise, enchanted wise, iconic wise. It's getting to be difficult. So you gotta get a game plan going for sure. Maybe settle with a handful of IPs you truly love, because if things do go down, do you really want to hold stuff you don't like? Get into something you love and aren't gonna end up hating yourself later because you have an IP you really hate, but you tried to take a gamble on. It's just, in my opinion, just a huge rocket ship ready to get going. And when you think about it, what got Pokemon really going was their movies back in the day. Like, as a kid, I absolutely loved the Pokemon movies. All my friends loved them. And Lorcana doesn't even have that yet. It's my belief Disney's in the process of doing something, some TV series and movies they can release on Disney Plus. It would make all the sense in the world for them to do that. And imagine if those are a hit, what that's going to do for Lorcana. And then we haven't even talked about potential games coming out. The likelihood of that occurring is also, in my opinion, high. And if they do something similar gameplay wise to Kingdom Hearts, which we all know Kingdom Hearts is they have a cult following. You could get Lorcana becoming the same thing. Like, that's huge. So if you're wanting to, dabble in Lorcana, get a collection going, it's probably better to do so sooner rather than later. I I just don't see us crashing. There's too much positivity in the future. Ravensburger, Disney, they've got plans going out 10 years into the future. There's absolutely no reason Disney would ever want Lorcana to fail. They've seen Pokemon's popularity, what that's done for the three owners of Pokemon. They've had such financial success from that. And we all know Disney likes money. And not to mention the integration throughout their other assets like theme parks, cruise ships. That only helps those things out. So why would they want it to die? It's essentially the same thing like the Disney pin trading they have at the parks. Why would they want that to go away? Now that they've introduced Lorcana as well, why would they want Lorcana to go away? It's just the financial gains for them right now aren't that huge, but in the future, very, very likely will be. So it makes no sense that Lorcana would die like some people say. I think we're pretty much at that point now where we can shelve that whole talk. But with that, guys, I'll catch you on the next one.